All right, good morning, cyber traders. Welcome back on this lovely Friday. Could you believe it's almost the end of the week already? Actually, it is the end of the week. What am I talking about? And it's unbelievable what's been happening in today's markets. We've got a couple of big movers that are moving, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. We're going to talk about what stocks happened yesterday. I mean, listen, I did a video last night. I couldn't help myself. I came up with a word, and I'm going to call the new crisis. We had, let me see all the crisis that was in. I wrote it down here on a piece of paper. So I was involved in writing this all down yesterday. Okay, so I was involved in the internet bubble. That was a crisis. I was involved in the financial crisis, the flash crash, the 9/11, Hurricane Sandy, COVID-19, and now I'm going to give this one a new name. I'm calling it the millennial lockout. Why am I calling it the millennial lockout? Is because, listen, we were all affected. I know a lot of us not millennials, but when I started trading, I was 22 years old, and what really ticked me off is that when stuff like this was happening, this is exactly what is happening right now. And, and the thing you have to understand is that what you guys are experiencing, I experienced this back in 2000. Back in 2000, I did this video yesterday. I don't want to go on a tangent like I did yesterday, whatever it is. But listen, you should be excited this stuff is happening. And you guys should be very fortunate that you're here now getting involved and being part of it. Because I told you, like the video I did yesterday, this is just the beginning. Okay, but I'm just going to give everybody a warning. So I'm going to go through the watch list. I don't want to go spend too much time on it, but I'm just telling you right now. Back in 2000, some of you know about the so-called the pattern day trader. You know about the $25,000 day trading rule that destroyed the day trading industry. Destroyed it. Okay, literally destroyed it. Put all these brokerage firms out of business. But you know what it did do? It didn't stop anybody. Okay, because once they did that, they screwed everybody, but people found a way. You ever heard of FXCM? Forex? Okay. What did people do? They said, well, listen, if you're not going to let me trade, I'll just trade Forex. I can open an account for $500 and I get 100 times buying power. Okay. What did people end up doing? They went to futures. Okay. What did they end up doing? What do you think options is going on? Options didn't even exist until they passed that rule. So what do you think is going to happen now? Oh, you want to pass some rules? No problem. We'll go trade cryptocurrency and we'll hide all our money. You understand? It's a catch-22, and they don't figure this stuff out. Look what's happened with Riot. Look what's happened with Mara. Elon Musk made another tweet yesterday. I think he's putting his money in. Trust me. You can't. Wall Street's going to do whatever they can to kind of clamp on what's happening. I keep saying it here all the time that Wall Street basically. They always bash Wall Street. They always bash Wall Street. We want to go after those Wall Street guys, which makes me laugh because you have these politicians. They said, we're going to make Wall Street pay. Yeah, right. Meanwhile, they're the ones that are actually paying them $500,000 to do speakings, okay? It looks good for window dressing. But at the end of the day, believe me, who do you think side they're on, all right? So anyway, I don't want to get banned, all right? Or I don't want to say things that will actually get me in trouble. But I'm just telling you right now, you guys are in the greatest job, the greatest business, and you should be, like I said in the video I said last night, if you can't beat them, just join them. Just join them. Not like go work for them. Just use it against them. Listen, we are just one person. We're trying to live on our own, right? But when you got David versus Goliath, which is the other video I did talking about it, let me tell you, you could see how we could really be a powerhouse. But as what's going on right now, listen, Jose, the system's so corrupt. What's not corrupt, Jose? What's not corrupt? Everything is corrupt, right? But I like the name Millennial Lockout. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about even calling it, the main, how they say Main Street versus Wall Street, Main Street Lockout. But I like the millennials because I think they're the ones that started the whole. The only people it all started with Robin Hood, and they're all millennials, a lot of those. So I figure, let's call it the millennial lockout. So let's start trolling that word. Let's see if it catches any traction. But looks great. What video last night on YouTube publicly? Right, Kenny. It was on YouTube. I actually posted a link right there. on our alerts. I'll post it back on YouTube also. But, I started going on a tangent for about 22 minutes. It might sound long, but believe me, it goes pretty fast. But I told you a little history about where I started, and I went through all these crises. And you know what? You guys you're in a crisis right now. Actually, if you were in the COVID crisis, that's your second one already. And like I said in my video, there's gonna be a lot more. Don't worry. Don't even think about it. This. I hate to use this word, but it's music to our ears. Catastrophes make opportunities. Okay, that's what it is. So as much as you think like people are freaking out, this is wrong, this is right. You know what? We're in the business, and you got to be like, you got to laugh. You got to laugh. Like, did you expect anything less? Do you really think like now you're seeing them be exposed? Actually, you know what? I want to say one last thing, and then I want to get through the watch list because there's a lot of stocks that are moving. I want to say one other thing. In my video last night, I was talking about one of the greatest movies that every trader needs to watch. It's called The Big Short, okay? And if you read the book, it's better, but you need to watch like 2-3 times. Watch The Big Short and you learn about the financial district. I'm going to teach you a little lesson, which you don't hear very often. Remember everyone was freaking out about the banks? They were all going out. Everybody was Bear Stearns, all that stuff. I made some of the most money I ever made in that financial crisis. So anyway, now the banks were freaking out, right? Look what happened. They were worried about everybody's taking all their cash. They didn't have all the cash in the bank. They lent it all out. That was crushing the bank. So what they do? They came in with their knees and they were praying, President Obama could bail us out, bail us out. So, so as much as smart as the White House thought they were against the banks, both let's say, they got to bail out. And who bailed them out? You did, right? Your taxes, right? Who filed bankruptcy on the houses? You did. And we're giving the banks a bailout, right? You ever heard the phrase, if they're too big to fail, then obviously they're too big. They should be broken up. Well, what did they end up doing? They had to do something. They had to do something. So what did we do? We bailed out the banks, right? We bailed out of our own money, right? I thought that was the dumbest thing ever, but I could see how it had something to do with it. So anyway, make a long story short, what did they do? They took the money. They went in the stock market. They bought Citibank at $1, like I did, right? 2 days later, the stock went to $5, right? They went to $5, and then meanwhile, the White House back then said, "Okay, we're going to give you the money, but we want you to give this loan. We want you to take care of this. We want you to be transparent. We want you." They gave them a whole list. You know what they said? Yeah, daddy. Yeah, daddy. Whatever. Just give me the money. Yeah, like a little kid. You have little kids that say, "Yeah, I just want to go out. Just give me the keys to the car." Yeah. I'll be home at 10. Right? No problem. Meanwhile, they already had a game plan that they didn't tell you. So what they ended up doing? They bought their stock back, and they went to the White House, and they gave them a big FU, and they said, "By the way, here's your money. We don't need it." They're like, "Wait a minute. What do you mean you don't need our money? What about all the deal with it?" "Yeah, we were thinking about it, and you know what? We changed our mind. You know what? Here's your money back." Because they just bailed themselves out, buying their stocks for nothing. And that's how they made their money. And then that's what really should tick you off more about the banks. So they're not that stupid, okay? So please don't try to undermine these guys. Let me tell you something. They are the smartest of the smartest of the smartest people out there. The reason why they have so much money is because they're good at what they do. So be very careful about that, what's happening. So anyway, don't get angry. Don't get upset. Don't worry about it. You're in the right business. That's that's the good thing. And the millennials now are starting to realize, because they're sitting stuck at home in COVID. Football season's going to end, so they're not going to be able to gamble anymore. What are they going to do? This is what they're going to be doing. They trade the market. They found a niche, and apparently they made these animals. Now they got to deal with them. And believe me, they're going to get revenge. These, I've seen it. They're smart. They're the hedge funds. They blow up. Well, like I said, it's going to be a fun, exciting, another couple of weeks. This is not going to end. And like I told you, they're going to try to put restrictions down. You're going to see it. You heard it here first. How do I know? Because I've been through 5 of them already. And believe me, they're going to find a way. They're going to find a way. And then we just have to learn to adapt. Listen, look what they did with us with COVID, right? They locked us in the house. They says, "Oh, you know what? Don't worry. The people will come back to New York City." They're not coming back to New York City. New York City is now a dump. New York City, I live here. I wouldn't even walk there. I wouldn't even go out there if you paid me to, because I'm going to get robbed. Okay. It was the one of the safest, cleanest cities. Now it's the most disgusting city. Garbage, bums everywhere. And they said, oh, no, when COVID's over, everyone's going to come. They're not coming back. Listen, the brokerage firms already said, you know what? We're going to move down to Florida. Okay. So the thing is, but we'll find a way. We'll find a way. Listen, as long as we're in this business, you don't need to go anywhere. Forget about your old job. Let's go through the watch list, because yesterday was a fun day. We had a lot of stuff. Let's talk about American Airlines. American Airlines was a lot of fun yesterday. I traded it right at the open. Stock, I bought it right around 18, about 7 o'clock in the morning. You know, you've seen all this action going on with all this news that's happening with Robinhood. Now they're opening up. Now they're not opening up. Now they're restricting the stocks. I mean, how about this? How funny was this, guys, when we were trading yesterday, that everybody got locked out of their Schwab account, TD Ameritrade. I couldn't get into my TD Ameritrade until, on my phone until like 11 o'clock. It's like, you know what I mean? But you know what? For some of you that joined us here for the first time or listening, guess what? We didn't have a problem dealing with our direct access firm. And I talked about it in my video. You just had the wrong brokerage account. You had the wrong tools. But there were so many things that were moving yesterday that did great. I'm just going to bang them out because I want to go through this list. I'm telling you, I hate going on a tangent with what's happening. It's just that there was just so much going on. Where's my list over here? Here we go. Okay. So we got, what do we had yesterday? I made some nice big moves. The list was freaking endless. Okay, here we are. Just bring up my list. There was so many of them yesterday. So we had the GBR that moved pretty nicely yesterday, only from like 5 to 30. So listen, guys, don't like make a big deal like, oh, Bitcoin. There was so many of them out there, okay? Bitcoin was one of them, all right? That was just a fraction of the move. What was the other one? The KOSS. This was ridiculous. The stock went from 10 to 120, okay? You thought Bitcoin was good? This thing was just retarded. And it kept getting halted. Another great short squeeze. That one you guys had fun with. TGC was another one. $2 to $6. Great afternoon stock trade. That thing just moved to the right place at the right time. TGC and was a CEI. I'm just going to just nail just a few, not too many of them. What else we had? The MARPS. That one went from $4 to $9. I mean, it's just like, you have to understand, as you're here and you're part of Cyber Trading University and you're in our trading room. By the way, if you're on YouTube and Facebook Live, you're always welcome to join us. Just like us, friend us, pay the $9 trial and we'll get you in there. But it's all controlled by supply and demand. And I hope more and more of you starting to realize that, because some of you keep going out there and thinking like, I need this indicator. I need that indicator. I need this newsletter. I need that alert. You know what I mean? Like, and at the end of the day, like a lot of my students, like, oh my God, I deleted everything, kept things simple. I stopped becoming a hoarder and, with indicators. And now it's starting to make sense. The more you have, the more you got to think and the more trouble you're going to get into. What else we had? We had the HU. We had the HUSA. That was another one that had a nice little move. Nice little level 1 stock too. And the PED was also a pretty cool one. That one ran from $140 to $360. All right, let's go through the watch list. And what I want to talk about, the stocks I want to watch, I want to do something different. And what I mean by different is that there are some of you that are joining CTU, especially when you're new here, you're like, my God, this is too fast. Whatever. Listen, I'm gonna break it down to about 3 categories. Stocks that are for nice beginner traders, a little bit slower, something more intermediate and more advanced. All right, but they're all moving. The slower ones for you, all that means is going to run slower, nice tight spreads. Other ones are going to be a little bit more volatile. If you're a student, they're more in a category 2, category 3. And then obviously, if you're a $500, $1,000 day trader here at CTU, you're that $250,000 trader, then obviously I'm going to tell you with the higher, more volatile ones that will get you to that level. So I want to start breaking them down other than, what's tradable and what's not. So let me bring this up here. Phil says he's locked out of Vanguard too. Listen, I'm not locked out. People are like, how are you still trading? listen, this is what, you know, let me start off with the level 1 stocks, right? LMFA. All right. So stock's got a nice little tight spread. Listen, if you're an advanced trader, you could still trade it. You could trade 10, 20,000 shares. You look at level 3 over there. You got nice iceberg orders, so you can get in and out of it. Just, you know, remember, you have to be in the game to kind of like trade. And remember, everybody, you know, I joke around all the time, but please stop dealing with this demo mode. Just buy 1 share of it. Don't listen to these people that tell you, oh, don't trade until you make you do good in demo. That's BS. Another level 1 stock is Naked. Now, listen, we traded the stock yesterday. I don't know if she's a 1 or a 2, but sometimes she got a little more volatile yesterday. I actually lost money in this stock in pre-market. Thank God I did. I would have got really beat up, but I killed it right back in American Airlines. But that one is a little bit more of a level 1 right now. It might become a 2. Look at the candlesticks. They look a little bit, you know, 5, 10 cents maybe. SOS. Nice little cheap little stock. Another stock that might be a little bit on your level if you're a beginner. It's got a nice little move up 20%, 4 million shares. A lot of algorithms over there on that one. Now let's go hop over here on something a little bit more volatile. Riot, Mara, you know, all these stocks are obviously going to be taking a move. I think, did I hear something correct that Robinhood did something with the Bitcoin or something like that? They're preventing Bitcoin trades or something. Man, they got issues. They got some real issues. No, I thought I heard something that they said they did something with Bitcoin. Wendy says yes, they restricted it. Yeah, there you go. Who told them to do that? Big Brother. All right. So it's just you could buy ahead of time before. Okay, is that what it is? Now, a couple other stocks. So we know those are moving. EXPR, another one that's moving pretty decently. This is the one that we've been trading to. Another stock that's been on the short squeeze list. Something that's been pretty popular. Stock went from like $1 to about $13. She's got some nice little higher highs, nice little flags over here. Not too bad. Barry on YouTube says, Barry says, no, Robinhood has stopped trading on GameStop and AMD. Expect today you can buy them again. But I thought I heard something, Barry, regarding about what they were doing something with Bitcoin too, that they restricted something with that. But so you got EXPR and obviously, you know, BlackBerry. Listen, stocks took big hits. If they unrestrict them, you could trade them. Listen, a lot of us made a lot of money. Okay, a lot of money, more than you were supposed to make or anticipated. I was going to give everybody a warning. Please don't get cocky. Don't get greedy. Don't get cocky. You know, still keep that mindset, you know, regarding about your day's pay. Today's Friday, so be very careful. I think it can get pretty hairy because I know for a fact that if these brokerage firms, they just want to get this week over. There's just been so many fireworks right now. So you might see a lot of action going into the close. So I want to keep an eye on that. Stock's a little bit more volatile, which we already know about. AMC is moving great. Got beautiful Fausto flags on that one. A lot of algorithm. Stock traded 54 million shares. Okay. How many of you out there, especially on YouTube and Facebook Live, are still saying, well, I can't get in till 9:30 and then I try to get in? Believe me, these brokerage firms have the algorithms. They know your orders. Okay. Watch the video again last night. I talk specifically. I tell you, they know what you're buying and selling. Okay, and I'll give you a point, and last, hopefully probably the last time I say it. But what do you think they do? Why do you think ticket charges are free? Think about that. Why do you work for free? Why are they giving free tickets? Why? You should ask them that question. Ask them that question. Why are you giving? How do you make money? That's the way I look at it. Think as a business. How do you make money? Why are you giving free? I used to pay $20 a ticket, and I used to make money then. It cost me $40 getting out of it. Today, you could work for free, which still freaks me out how people still can't make money in trading. Okay. And secondly, how do you make money? Ask them that question. And you're exactly right, Steve. It's called order flow. Okay, what do you think they're doing right now? Robinhood was killing it with order flow, and they know exactly who was in and out it, and that's how they trade the algorithm. That's what we teach here, you know, and that's what it's all about. Stocks are a little bit more on the faster list. Okay, obviously we have GameStop. Everyone keeps talking about that one, so we know that one's going to be on there. Just don't trade too many shares of that. That stock is pretty hairy. NVAX, I don't know what happened with this thing. This thing just took off up. It was up to $220. Stocks up 57%. Stocks like 60, 70 points. And the RKT, these are all for traders that are more advanced, guys that have been trading for a while here at CTU. Some of you that make about 1,000 plus to about 2,500. These stocks are pretty much up your alley. So remember, there's all different levels of stocks out there. We got the beginners, the intermediates, and advances. All right, guys, listen. Sorry I've been going on a chant. We got about 10 minutes before the market opens up. I want to get ready to all you guys in the trading room. Like I said, if you're watching us on YouTube, Facebook Live, if you want to come and join us, click on the bottom, like us, friend us, share us. Do the trial for $9 a week. Come and join us all day in the trading room, and you'll see why we're the longest running school in the industry and the most popular and the most recommended by brokerage firms. All right, guys, good luck. Happy trading. See you in the trading room. We'll start commentating in the segment room in the next 10 minutes. Good luck, everyone. See you back here at 2:30.